We're doing it. 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 We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing your mom.
Shut the fuck. All right. Stream your game on Discord to where we're not delayed.
All right. Oh, I'll be back, guys.
Did you say you'll be back in a sec?
No, I said I popped my back.
Oh. I was like, there are 3 people in this call.
Well,
Well,
All right,
there are
did
3
you-
people that are your mother. Anyways.
Did you start the stream?
Yes, it's been
I'm
going for the
here.
past like minute.
Okay. I'm just gonna start the intro from the very beginning. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Agony of Moon podcast, the podcast where Moon plays a game, we talk about dumb shit, and that causes suffering for all of us, including him. I am joined by both Moon and Necro. Plushie is also in the call, but is having a bad voice day, and Trace is making food. We will all be on the podcast at one point or another, but to stall for time, today we're going to thank our sponsor. We don't have one. Anyway. No, but on some real shit, we have an Agony Tries segment, and if you don't know what these segments are, it's basically one of us has a food that we've never tried, and it can be strange or it can just be something we've never tried. And I tried Coca-Cola Starlight live on this podcast before, and now I'm about to try the first, I believe, Snapple Elements. The story with this is that I was like fiending for some soda the other night, and so I got out of my dorm and I walked down to the nearest convenience store, and I was like, all right, what's good? And so I grabbed some soda, and then I saw this in one of the fridges, and it's a bottle. It says Snapple Elements. There's a little picture of a dragon fruit that's kind of made to look like fire behind the Snapple. It's dragon fruit flavored, obviously.
Oh, interesting.
And it's called Snapple Elements, and this is the fire one. So presumably there's going to be ones for all the different elements, and I wonder if they're just going to go with the 4 or if they're going to like commit fully.
That would be
Which would
fun
be
if they do.
I want to try Snapple Water.
It's just plain.
If they make it,
It's just plain.
if
water.
they make it watermelon or just plain water, I'll sue somebody. But anyway,
Valid.
so
Oh no! Shut up, WhatsApp.
it says on the bottle there's 45% less sugar from regular Snapple apple and no artificial flavors. So there's 100% dragon fruit that I be drinking.
Woo!
So we're gonna give her a shake and we're gonna see what's good. All right. Ooh, okay. That definitely smells like dragon fruit.
Oh yeah. Now is that a good thing or a
Dragon
bad
fruit's
thing?
a real fruit.
Huh?
Dragon fruit's a real fruit.
It is.
yeah.
I didn't know if you knew that.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's fun.
Ooh, oh my god, that's really good.
Oh heck yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, you just think about dragon fruit. Unless you get it when it's like, I can't describe it, but like, there are certain conditions that dragon fruit has a lot of flavor in. If you get it when it's white on the inside, okay, anatomy of a dragon fruit time.
Woo!
You have the outside skin, which is like this weird reddy pink color, and then you have the inside, which is the actual like fruit bit. And depending on when you get it, it can be one of 2 colors. When it's white, the dragon fruit flavor is very subtle, but it's still really good. When it's pink, it has a lot of the flavor. And so This has a lot of that dragon fruit like flavor, and normally it's very subtle. Like if you go and get like a dragon drink from a Starbucks, that's also really good. But they make that with like coconut milk and mango. This is just like straight dragon fruit flavor, which is awesome actually.
That sounds really good.
I've also said time and again that I want a dragon fruit soda to be made from something. I don't care who makes it, I will drink it for the rest of my life.
That's super valid, actually. Dragon
But
fruit's really good.
I want it to be the next one of those Coca-Cola creations.
Yeah, but then it
Like-
won't be. Then it won't be real forever.
But even still, I would stockpile them.
You know what? That's fair.
After Starlight, I want them to make a flavor of Coca-Cola that is dragon fruit flavored, because I think that that would go very well together.
Yeah, but currently they got Pepsi-Roni.
Pepsi-Roni was a one-day thing, and then they're gonna do it in other cities, but I don't know when they're gonna do that. What is your skin?
Oh, it's Falchion.
Oh.
Hello, Moss.
So yeah, that concludes our Agony Tries segment.
Poggers.
The Snapple Elements Fire Dragon Fruit Drink, I rate 10 out of 10. Would drink on a hot summer day. It's currently 62 and mostly cloudy outside, but I'll consider it this one for fun.
Hey, it counts. It's 82 out here.
So if you can find some Snapple Elements Fire, I'd highly recommend.
I am going to look for that in my local grocery store.
Hashtag not sponsored. Anyway,
Yeah. Video settings. Why am I lagging? I'm
So,
going to close.
now that we have tried the Snapple Elements, let's get into some other elements. And by that I mean the elements of our topic. God, that was a bad segue.
That was terrible. Harbogi.
That was terrible, Heart Moon.
Yeah.
Moon, you're a contradictory creature.
Yes, and
Anyway,
why am I lagging?
because you're a bitch.
I'm about to be your mother.
Well, anyway,
Hang on.
so
I need to turn down my render distance.
today's topic.
Nice.
Today's thing on the chopping block today.
I read the word chunk on Moon's screen, and I also said the word topic, and it came out as chopic.
Remember the chunk baby bit?
No, I'll murder you.
Go ahead.
All right. Today's topic is one that has been waited for by all four of us, but people had us do the Strange Beliefs episode first.
Sorry.
And then we decided to do the Agony of Moon Hype House episode.
That was your idea.
So this is a topic that has been 4 weeks in the making. And that is the future of video games. Now, what the future of video games can mean is literally everything. Just what do you hope or what do you think video games are going to be in the future, or something related to video games that is going to be the future of our society.
I hope Silksong comes
Okay.
out.
What?
I hope Silksong comes out. We've been waiting a while for that one.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Team Cherry, Harmogi. I love your game. I want to play more.
Okay. I can say some things as a person who develops games and has to do research on games like almost daily, right?
Yeah.
There's things that we're probably not gonna get, and
Silksong is one of them. I'm kidding.
and one of them is probably gonna be that's a bad joke. I'm not gonna do that joke. Okay, but I was in the middle of doing that joke, and I was like, nope, no, we're not gonna do that. Here's the thing about thing. We're probably not going to get certain things that will be affordable. Synthetic tasting, I don't know if they're going to get that.
We already have some tasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like affordable synthetic tasting onto a programmable thing where you look at something and you could taste the air in the room type of situation.
I don't think that's ever what it was going to be.
Yeah,
It's like
I know, but I'm just saying.
It's like more
Because-
if you eat
get that.
something.
As far as synthetic tasting goes, we essentially have 5 different types of taste buds on our tongue. We essentially have 5 different types of taste buds for different types of flavors. We have sweet, savory, acidic, salty, and I believe the 5th one is umami. And basically, those taste buds all contribute to different kinds of flavors, and every single flavor has those taste buds triggered in different varieties. So, a guy in Japan made something called the Norimaki synthesizer. That's what it's called. And what he did was basically he hooked up electric currents to gels that were made of different materials. And when he electrified those gels and he put them on his tongue, he could basically replicate any taste he wanted. I don't think that being able to look at something and taste the air was ever going to be a realistic thing. However, I do believe that replicating taste on the scale of something like the Norimaki synthesizer would be more feasible.
Yeah.
Being able to know how much of certain quantities of things like function to make taste would be more realistic, and then we could do that into things like I think that'd be really cool for like this is one of those things where it's like it's tangentially related to video games, but like not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is more of like an advancing society thing. Like, say you'd never been to a restaurant before, but you wanted to see what something on their menu tasted like before you went. And so you go to their website and they have like here's a virtual tasting free trial. And so you click it and you select an item on the menu, and then you have like your little tasting stick or whatever we have. And then you can put it in your mouth, and then that's what you use to try the thing from the menu. I think that's more akin to what it would be. That or it'd be something like there's like a whole apparatus, and it like activates the flavor portions of your mouth to be able to taste it. Like if you're like playing a game or something, you can like when you eat something like for instance, Moon in the game is eating a lamb chop right now. Like it have like a headset apparatus that's like you eat it and it could like activate your taste buds to be like, oh, that's what that tastes like.
Yeah. I want to point out, people are gonna hate games because there's no seasoning in a lot of games, right? You're just eating it plain out.
Yeah.
It's gonna taste like normal meat, and you're just like, where's the seasoning?
But I think that also comes with a lot of games trying to be more like realistic now. And you especially think of a game like Overcooked or like Cooking Simulator, especially like that game.
That would be fun to have tasting powers in.
Think of a game like Cooking Simulator, except you can actually taste the food as you go. That is some next level shit.
Wait. What's that game? Mommy's Kitchen or something?
Cooking Mama.
Yes. Cooking Mama. Just that game with taste buds. I don't know why, but I thought it was gonna be funny.
Because it is.
It would be pretty funny, actually.
One sec. Don't mind me. I need to taste this to make sure it's on the right temperature.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
I'm
Trace.
here finally.
Thank you, long.
We're
I'm not
talking.
really kidding.
We're currently talking about what it would be like to have the ability to taste things in games.
No, Dex,
Yeah.
I do.
That would be difficult, I'd say.
What I was thinking is like utilizing technology similar to the Nuramaki synthesizer.
What's that?
It's a thing a guy in Japan developed. It basically, you know how we have like 5 kinds of taste buds?
Mm-hmm. Actually,
basically-
if I'm right, yeah, never mind. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I heard that actually that it's really just that all taste buds are capable of tasting the same thing. Although maybe it might be that some are better at tasting certain things than others.
I think that's what it is, but it basically boils down to there are 5 flavors that our tongue can perceive.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was he created the thing and he hooked up electric currents to gels that simulate those flavors, and he was able to basically replicate any taste as long as he had the electric currents in different quantities. But what we were talking about is like a game like Cooking Simulator, but you're like able to taste the food as you go. Like, say that there's like some apparatus attached to your helmet to where it's like it activates something like the synthesizer, and you're able to like either lick something or like you have like a thing that's like already in your mouth and you're able to taste it.
Mm-hmm. I just got an idea.
All right.
Sea of Thieves, but you can taste the grog.
No, that'd be cool. No, because I imagine something like that though. It's like imagine they make like a gamer wafer or something. Like it's like a plain tasteless wafer, like a communion wafer. But then it's like you put it on the thing. It's like this little apparatus, and then it's like Nuramaki synthesizer style, but it like puts the gels onto the food in the quantities, and then you eat it, and then it tastes like the thing. Which is what I'd imagine something for a game like Minecraft would be. To be like one of these gamer wafers, to where it's like you hold it up and your helmet senses that you're eating it, and then you can take a bite and see what the thing you're eating actually tastes like.
That'd be really cool.
Or like you said, Sea of Thieves, it's like you have like a gamer bottle. I don't know why I'm putting gamer in front of all of these things, but you have like your gamer bottle.
Because X8.
You put your gamer bottle down and you like have your like liquid in it. It's like it could be like plain ass water, but like it like again it does the thing and you can like taste the flavors. I think it would be complicated for something like alcohol because it would have to get the flavor of fermentation, but like
The interesting thing about grog is that there's a difference between grog and rum. Rum is essentially like back in the 1600s, sailors got sailors and soldiers got rum rations. The issue is that some of them would drink so much of their rum rations all at once, they would get drunk because because they believed that rum was a good thing for the body, and also it kind of helped deal with the terrible situation that life was back in the 1600s.
right.
So what they decided to do is that they decided to just water the rum down, so that way it wouldn't get you drunk as fast. But by the time that you went through your rations, you might get a bit tipsy, but it's better than being absolutely hammered and trying to man a freaking cannon like that.
No, Necro, bad. No, bad.
Yeah.
I heard Necro giggling at the mention of being hammered.
Necro, that's my job.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, let's go. Bugger.
I reckon with that.
Yeah! Falchion sleeping in bed. Falchion, Eternal Phoenix, taking a nappy.
No, you better eat that fucking mutton chop.
Not yet, not while I'm dying. Okay.
Yeah.
I decided to say screw it and search up gamer pants to see what I could get from it. I
Right.
had an expectation of what I would get from it, but I didn't expect Cheetos pajama bottoms.
What?
Interesting.
What?
Why are you getting Pachitos?
I'm not, or I don't know why I am, but here is the link.
Oh,
The link, he says.
If it will paste. It doesn't seem to want to paste. I don't think it actually copied anything. Oh, it just downloaded the entire freaking link.
that's
Oh dear,
hilarious.
what have you done?
Your mother.
Screw it.
I'm sorry.
When you download the link.
No. But while we're on the subject of like synthetic things in VR, what about like synthetic smells?
That would be interesting, but I don't know how that would work.
Because it's like theoretically different compounds of materials make up different smells.
Yeah.
I
Bro,
was,
like,
how do you
the-
get
like-
the
like
smells
the
of
smell of
different
rot.
bodies?
Rotten eggs smell like soap. Rotten eggs, the smell of rotten eggs comes from sulfur, for instance.
Yeah,
Thank you, Avatar.
literally. Last
Avatar.
Airbender, not the blue one.
Oh, I was about to
Yeah.
make an Airbender
The
joke.
good Avatar.
The good one.
There is no what's his fucking name? The guy who made Avatar, David Cameron.
I don't. I think that's the wrong person.
Something Cameron.
David Cameron was like a political figure in the UK. He was like the
Oh.
prime minister at one point.
Who made? Wait a second.
Your mother. I'm
Nice.
sorry.
David Cameron, the maker of Avatar.
Dalton, look what you've done. I am streaming.
James Cameron. It was one of the Camerons.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
there is
think
no
it
James
should be
Cameron in
right.
Boston State.
there was no James.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I just sent a non-exist. No, that doesn't
Oh,
work.
suspicious download link. Let me add another.
Yeah.
Necro.
that is
Sussy.
it
Sussy.
doesn't want to do the thing, but I got freaking Cheeto pajama pants. It doesn't want to show them. I guess because it's too cursed.
Why are they like Cheeto shaped?
No, they just have no. It's just like if you took the freaking Cheetos bag,
Oh.
like if you,
Wait,
if you just
that's
took the Cheetos bag and and basically cut out the shape of like sweatpants, and that was just the design for the sweatpants.
That's somehow worse, actually. Ow,
Do you
I'm
want to?
dying.
If it'll let me see it, if it'll let me show them.
Okay, so I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the whole synthetic smell thing, and I was like, is there a Neuramaki synthesizer but for smell? And so I looked it up, and apparently there is.
Is it called? Is it called? Is it?
This one is in America.
Ooh,
Um,
yummy.
Published October 23rd, 2015 in Popular Science. Apparently the Museum of Food and Drink, the MoFad Lab exhibit, has a smell synthesizer. And it's basically the same kind of deal, where it's like you can push buttons and see what kind of smells you can create by combining a couple base smells.
Ha, El Bozo.
So I can read some of these smells on these buttons, and it's like a smoky smell, coconut, maple, cinnamon, cheese, vinegar, nail polish remover. That's literally one of the buttons.
Nope,
Banana,
it smells so bad.
boozy,
Basically,
fruit.
just alcohol.
But it's like it's all these different smells, and you can push buttons, and there's like a machine in the back that's hooked up to these different vials, and it puffs them at you. And I'm like, yeah, this would be a very complicated thing to put onto a smaller scale, but theoretically possible. But the thing about all of these is that it would basically become like printer ink cartridges, because you would have to refill these machines every now and again.
Yeah.
But it would still be kind of funny, actually.
Be right back, because all this like smelling and tasting stuff makes me want to get a sandwich. So, sandwich
Necro and your goddamn sandwiches. That is what I want synthetic smell and taste for. I want to be able to have one of Necro's sandwiches.
I'm sure I'll get to make you a few at some point.
Yeah, when we get the hype house.
Yeah.
When we get money.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get the hype house.
Anyway,
Money,
am
hype house,
armed.
sandwiches. It's all coming full circle.
So,
we're getting the hype house just for sandwiches.
yeah, exactly.
That's
What
all we'll eat because we'll be in so much debt due to getting the hype house.
Oh yeah. Okay, be right back. Cause I'm gonna go get that sandwich now.
All
Gosh
right.
dang it, Necro,
But-
you and your sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and it's like, could you imagine if like part of your VR setup was just like this little container that had like a couple. That's why you don't dig straight down.
I didn't dig straight down.
You dug and then jumped straight down.
Because I thought the coal would just land there.
But it.
I'm crying now.
Look before you leap, motherfucker.
I didn't know I had one of those.
Anyway, so I've been thinking about these all synthetic smells, and I'm like, imagine as part of your VR setup, like
That'd be
you have
so
like this
cool.
little device that's like hooked up to your headset, and it's like as you're playing a game, it like wafts the smell into your headset of whatever room you're in. Like if you're playing a horror game, it's like the smell of dust or blood or something.
Yeah, that's how I was like, how are you gonna get the smell of dead bodies in there?
It'll find a way.
True, you're right. No, just get real dead people.
Because the sniff synthesizer at the Food and Drink Museum is like, it smells of, like, food. Like, that's what it mostly is. It smells of things that you can consume.
You can consume anything once.
Shut up, man. But, like, the point is, it's like you have your VR setup and you have your two machines. You have your smell machine and you have your taste machine. And then you have your sight and sound machine, which is your headset. And you have hearing. So it's like eventually VR, through the use of these synthesizer machines, could have all five senses. Except for touch, but then that's solved by like haptic vests and gloves.
Yeah,
Which are already a thing, they're just not perfected.
they are. I want to play a Common Rider game wearing one of those.
You'd probably die.
No.
I mean, I'm sure there's a way to regulate the amount of force put on your body, but how do you simulate 8 tons of kicking force without killing somebody?
I want to play your Common Rider game with one of those on. I don't know, it just sounds really funny.
It does. You're right.
Because it sounds
But-
like a death sentence, but then I'm like, but haha, it isn't.
But it's like all of these, and it's like, I think about this. You know how people, like, they have long distance relationships and they'll, like, talk to each other through games like VR chat or something?
Yeah, aww.
Could you imagine how much things like that could improve if you had these kind of technological advancements? Like, you could go on, like, a fancy-ass date with them in VR and eat whatever you want.
That sounds so nice.
That might be the hopeless romantic in me talking, but, like...
Okay, no, but we do that to replace the hype house before we go in $1 million worth of debt over it.
we get our full Muramaki VR headsets and we just go on dates with each other in VR until we can get the hype house.
Yeah, yeah. No, we do stream, but we stream it. We just stream like VR chat or something, and we have like this
We
setup.
No, I keep thinking back to that room in Kamen Rider Build where it's like where the prime ministers all talk to each other, and it's
Yeah.
like the empty room that has the 2 empty chairs, and then the holograms of the prime ministers sit in the chairs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's that, but it's all of us around an empty table with VR headsets, and each of us has a table, and we just green screen each other into the scene.
That'd be really funny. Like it's just for the effect of the stream as well. Like it's
We filmed the podcast as if it's a normal podcast, and it's just all of us around tables in VR.
yeah. Falchion in bed, what will they do? Sleep. Get a good night's rest.
Good night's rest. Hardly know her.
Mood.
Why are you singing Kaizoku no Uta at a
Because
time like this?
it's playing on my Spotify.
We're talking about
Gamer.
yeah, but we're talking about like all of the touch and taste things, but it's like with how like all of us saw the reveal for Unreal Engine 5. Like
Did we?
we saw how kind of scarily good they were able to recreate a city street and Keanu Reeves. Like, could you imagine like a person who's like bound to their house or like a hospital bed or something,
Oh.
booting up a VR headset that's like on Unreal Engine 6, I guess, or something, and it's like they get to travel to somewhere that they wouldn't get to go to because of like an illness or something.
That no, I'm gonna cry on stream.
That's a really good idea, though.
It is. No, you're right. It is a really good idea. I'm just
And like
emotional.
what you said about like the things about playing a Kamen Rider game with that kind of equipment. Could you imagine what the life of a Make-A-Wish kid would be like?
Good grief! You're making me think of I Dream of the Moon or whatever it is. That one RPG Maker game that Markiplier played, where it's like an old man wanted to go to the moon, and
Aw.
then the people basically go into his memories and almost nudge a memory of himself to do that, and then kind of simulate how that would have gone. And then in the end, it turns out that in order to get to the moon, he'd never be able to meet his wife.
Aw. Stop making me sad. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm
That
gonna
is
scold
okay.
you.
That is
Hey,
actually
Dalton started me on this.
okay, to be fair. I didn't remember that he had played that game until just now when you said that. But like, yeah, kind of. But it's like
That game is a core memory for me.
oh my lord.
I need to play that game, and I'm gonna cry when I do.
But it's like it's stuff like that though. It's like you think about like recently I remember or not recently, it was like I think it's a couple years ago now, but like recently, there was this kid, a Make-A-Wish kid, who actually got to become like a canonized Power Ranger. Like that's what he wanted. And
Oh, that's so
Hasbro-
cool.
Hasbro custom made him a suit. Like he became the Beast Morpher's Orange Ranger, and his suit even got to be featured on a variant comic book cover.
That's so cool.
I don't remember his name or if he's still alive, but I'm gonna look him up.
Hasbro are good guys.
If only they could treat the Power Rangers franchise correctly. His name is Tyler Rinker.
Oh, that's so cool.
They're doing a lot better than Disney.
True,
True.
but at least Disney gave us video games.
Oh, I remember that one. I think it was a Wii game.
The Wii game was fine.
Ah! What was the Wii game?
They made a Wii game of Power Rangers Samurai.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite games on the Wii.
I don't think we ever found all the collectibles in that game.
We didn't.
Although that kind of was. It wasn't really before the time of guides. It was just pretty much we were playing catch up technologically.
Yeah. We were kind of a little bit behind on our technologicals, especially because we lived in the South. But
We had a freaking N64. No, wait, not an N64.
we had a SNES.
Yeah, SNES.
An
SNES.
SNES. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love the
we had a Wii, an SNES, and then Michael finally got an Xbox 360 right as the Xbox One came out.
Actually, I think that we had I think that we had an SNES and another one. It had like a purple color scheme, but it wasn't a GameCube. It was like
Game Boy Color.
no, maybe. What,
No,
was there a
because
Game
we
Boy
had
Color?
we had the NES, which was the black and gray, and then we had
Oh,
the
yeah.
SNES. which
Yeah,
was
the SNES was the purple one. Yeah.
And then we had the Wii, and then we had the Xbox 360, and then I would sometimes bring over my PS4 and my Switch. We had my Switch.
Oh, and also an update with Michael. He is in fact in Florida.
Hey, yo.
He's in Florida?
Yeah, he followed Brandon.
Oh dear.
What are we
Yeah.
talking about?
My cousin.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello.
Dusty tried to kind of keep him away because he was going to be a bad influence, and he just couldn't. He sadly couldn't stop Michael.
Was going to be a bit late for that. But
Yeah.
anyway.
As your token
He was
already
going
in
to
what
continue to
the
be a
hell?
bad influence.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, let's.
But I was thinking, like, back to the Make-A-Wish kid
Yes.
conversation. It's like, could you imagine if Tyler Rinker was able to just get, like, hooked into a VR headset and play, like, the most realistic Power Ranger simulator ever to be created?
That sounds so cool.
And, like, he gets officially canonized as a Power Ranger on top of that. Like, that's...
I mean, I'd say for something like that, you know,
That'd be really
We
cool
might-
if they
we
did
might- we
something
might as
kind of
well-
like that for Xaid.
I mean, their body willing, as long as the body is capable of handling it, you could very well just skip straight to the meat of the. You could very well just skip straight to the meat of it, and pretty much just. Well, actually, I'm not quite sure how advanced technology it could be in terms of that, but we are kind of thinking of the future anyways. But either way,
You talking
Somebody
about
that-
skipping the middleman and making the morphers?
skip and more skipping. Like the haptic suit and all that, and just hooking straight into the brain.
I'm
That
back.
could
What's
be-
up?
We're talking about, like, if VR gets advanced enough, like, what it could be for people who are, like, ill, like, if they could get, like, really good experiences.
Ah, so you mean like Nerf Kid?
Like
Kind of.
Mother. I'm sorry.
But it's like, imagine, like, a person who's, like, incredibly ill and has to stay home, like, wants to travel, but, like, he can't. But then, like, you've seen Unreal Engine 5. It's like, what if we could use something like that to, like, perfectly recreate somewhere, and then use all of the smell and taste technology and let the person just be able to travel there?
I mean, one thing that I have heard that people theorizing about is since memories are basically just chemical reactions in the brain, and we already have like medication that can kind of stimulate certain chemicals. Would it be possible to basically just like combine the right reactions and basically just have like a pill for maybe a memory, or although you would have already probably had to experience that to really have all those
Well,
pathways.
We do have the technology to kind of store those kind of things, though, because it's like, you think about technologies like Under Lucky Stars. Like, it's definitely a very different field, but it's like mapping exactly where the stars were on the day that a certain thing happened. But it's like, imagine if you wanted to get like a pill for a certain memory, like you said. It's like a pill, and when you take it, it activates certain impulses in your brain that trigger the things that make you recall that. Like, in case like Alzheimer's is prone in your family and you don't want to forget a specific thing, you basically get yourself like hooked into like a brain scan machine, and you start recalling that memory, and they see what kind of things go on, and then they make the pill, and then they give it to you, and anytime you want to remember it, if you forget, you just take it.
Okay, imagine how fucked this would be, but also a really good thing for like a
Oh,
story.
Necro.
Like, they get someone, since it's like far in the future enough for them to have this technology, like they get someone, wipe their memory clean,
Oh no.
and
Necro.
then
Necro, we're
give
not
them
committing
someone,
crimes.
give them someone's like the complete memories of like a certain individual or even a made-up individual to make them this new person.
Are you saying Born Identity?
Is that what happened in that movie?
No.
I mean,
what
we can
mean,
already wipe a
are you-
person's memory. Oh,
I'm
Trace, you're not
saying-
supposed to help.
I'm saying, are you saying Born Identity because you're just going to give these people like amnesia and then you're just going to put them back together again?
No, I mean like give them someone
put
else.
them back together as a
person's
different person.
memories. Yeah. Like,
Oh, that's multiple skeletons. Okay.
But like,
I'm
you
not
know, we
saying
can-
I'm not saying to do this. I'm saying that'd be an interesting story. That could happen. Could it?
Anyway. To go back
what-
to go back to the topic though, I've also thought about it in a sense of like the way that video games could be used in like the medical field, I would say. Like the way that you have like the
Oh.
VR training for things like piloting or
McDonald's.
whatever, or driving. And it's like you could use that in the medical field for like training doctors or whatever.
For like
Mm.
surgeons. That way they don't mess up on a real person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one
Yeah.
interesting thing. I forgot.
Rip.
Fair enough. I always wait a couple seconds because it usually remembers, but I don't think it's coming back this time.
No.
Ah!
Anyway,
Oh.
going back to
Oh.
going back
Dangerous.
to what going back to the future of video games as sort of a hobby. Thinking about like
Stop chasing
Oh,
me.
now I remember. Sorry.
no, you're good. Keep going.
It kind of had relations to like. I mean, people are already doing it now. But one interesting thing is that like how people are able to use like games to explore like mental illness and stuff like that, and it can even make for a good horror game as well. Like just look at Cry of Fear and
Like a board.
another game, yeah, and like a new game, Total Chaos, that
Ooh.
just recently came out in like 2018 or something like that, but it's in development for 7 years.
Ooh.
It's actually running on the Doom 2 engine, which is incredible because it almost looks like it has real freaking cloth physics, even though it's just a moving animation. But like, you know, you can use a game to show off what it's like to go through some.
I also think about games like that with something like that Dragon Cancer.
Oh, that
Mm.
Dragon Cancer
Mhm,
was
mhm.
such a heartbreakable game.
Yeah.
But it's like you think about like, could you imagine a game like that Dragon Cancer in something like Unreal Engine 5? That would be horrifying.
That would be an emotional road trip that I don't think any of us want to go through.
Oh, yeah.
I watched Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and Ethan all play that Dragon Cancer, and I cried during all 3 playthroughs. But like, you guys are completely right. Like a way to convey stories a lot more effectively because you have less limitations via graphics.
Mm.
And plus, like, it can also make up for where like a movie about it would fail because unless it's a first person movie, like was Kill Bill is Kill Bill a first person movie or
Kill Bill wasn't first person, but I know what movie you're thinking of.
So,
Yeah.
There was Hardcore Henry, which came out in 2015.
mm.
Lady
Yeah,
in
like,
the Lake. No, that's not right. That was just a movie that did it. But the full first person movie was Hardcore Henry.
mm.
yeah.
But yeah, like you can basically put a person, you can basically put a person in those scenarios, and
I need to not be wasting my time.
yeah,
I need to get to the nether quick. I'm making this easy on myself by giving myself 2 buckets.
And I think making games in that kind of way also like helps us with our empathy in a sort of way.
Mm.
Because it's like until you can firsthand experience something, you can't fully empathize with it unless you've experienced yourself.
mhm.
Which is, I think, a very big problem we have in society as a whole is that people are kind of losing the capacity for empathy.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I don't know what exactly the root cause is, but I hope we find it and I hope we stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, one
Because
thing that I feel is that just the technological, just the technological advances that we made, at least with like social media and stuff like that, cause issues because now you don't really now you can interact with people without being there around,
yeah.
and it can allow for things like this right here, but it can also mean that some people can just shut themselves away and never talk to anyone and just kind of live in their own little bubble. And then if they, and then whenever they inevitably start depression, then they can just, sit then rather than understanding that someone else might be feeling similar depression to what they're feeling, some people could just say, "Oh, well, or okay, sorry, I was going on a bit of a tangent here, but
No, yeah. But
like
it's
they,
exactly what you're saying. It's like because
they
you don't
can turn. Oh,
it's easy to dehumanize the person on the other side of the screen because you're not there in the room with them.
yeah, like for instance, with TF2, oh, like sorry, I keep kind of interrupting.
No, you're fine. Keep going.
Okay, like with TF2, for the past at this point, I think 2 years now, TF2 has been going through a massive issue with bots. Basically, ever since the COVID pandemic started, people were locked inside their houses. People were stuck inside their houses, and some people had some extra funds that they decided to put into keeping their computers going for potentially hours on end, putting automated snipers in servers to just cause chaos and also just spam all kind of slurs and blare copyrighted music over the voice chat, just generally be obnoxious to everyone. And it gets to a certain point where it's like, like I'll just look at them and I'll just imagine the person, looking at the chat logs of all the servers that they've infiltrated, and I'll just Like, I'll just think to myself something like, I will skin your firstborn child.
I mean, they
I'm not
kind of
saying
earned
that
it
to the-
though.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's a threat?
I'm not saying it to their face, but still, I'm kind of saying it to them if I were to write it out in chat, because they would still be able to read it, and they'd probably just see it as a hollow threat, which it really is. I don't know where they are. I don't know who they are. They could be halfway across the world for all I know. But at the end of the day, it's just a way of expressing that some people out there really can't stand you that much.
It's really kind of a downside because it's like, yeah, every technological advancement is sort of like a double-edged sword, and like Necro even kind of made an example of it. Like, we talked about the technological advancements that could be made in the realm of memory, and he talks about like giving somebody a born identity kind of situation.
Yeah,
And then,
I mean,
like,
one interesting thing is that we already can kind of wipe a person's memories. It's not very effective, and we can't really choose what we wipe out, but it's called electroshock therapy, by the way, because whenever you zap someone, that their neurons can kind of forget how to fire in the way that they used to. It was common that people who underwent the process would come back forgetting various things, where they lived, their name, things like that.
right.
That's a pit into darkness.
Immediately after I made that comment about the whole born identity thing, I was like, the fuck, am I a born identity? Is this a memory pill thing?
No.
Fuck, not again.
That's why you don't bring up scenarios like that, because they cause existential crises. But it's like
Oh yeah, I know.
I said, every innovation in technology is a double-edged sword.
Oh yeah.
It's
But
like
it's
like how
It's like... Oh, go ahead.
Everyone's interrupting each other. We don't even need
Yeah.
Fleshy for that.
Pledgy's gone, so we're having to make up the energy. That's the deal.
it's like how
Ah.
whenever like you've all heard the theory that we're all in a simulation, right?
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're wrong. Probably.
I like to think about that and just think what the scientists are doing outside of my freaking stasis tube, as I call it. What if that nerve that's acting up in my leg is actually them putting a needle in there,
Yeah.
or is that
I wonder
that
how
weird feeling
many
that I felt
times
in my
they've
leg
giggled.
was my leg bumping up against the glass?
Hmm.
It's
I
just a
wonder how
little thing for my brain to chew on. Sorry, I keep.
I wonder how many
cutting in.
times they giggle at my stupid little brain cell thoughts.
Same.
Got it. That reminds me of something else. We're getting derailed again, Dalton.
Oh dear.
But it reminds me of something else. Reminds me of this one thing.
I'm
Some guy had a hat in TF2, and it had an unusual effect. It was basically just a little electrical spark that orbited around the hat, and he decided to name that hat "My Last Brain Cell." Look at that little guy go.
Aw. Sounds like something I would do, honestly. Like, very genuinely, I would do that.
Oh, that just made me think of something. Another cool advancement that could be made.
Mhm.
Yeah?
We already have games like this, but could you imagine if something like The Sims was sort of like even more realistic and like
Oh, my.
refined? Like, you could literally play God. And it's like, yeah, we have games that are like this, but it's like, could you imagine the full experience? Like,
Actually,
photorealistic, all of this shit. And it's like, imagine it's like, did y'all ever see that episode of Adventure Time, All the Little People?
Oh,
yes.
It's that episode where Finn gets a bag and it contains little versions of all of the Adventure Time characters, and he plays God with their relationships and lives and kind of fucks them up and then just like leaves them to their own devices.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
It
Sounds
was a
like
really
something
weird
I would.
episode.
Sounds like
Oh,
all of us
boy.
writers here.
Oh yeah.
It kind of reminds me of I actually remember seeing an advertisement for this one like D&D Dungeon Master
Ooh.
game, pretty much. It's entirely VR, as far as I know. I don't know if there's a pancake mode variant, which is what I now call the regular desktop. Even though I don't actually own anything that's VR. I picked it up from some guy who plays horror maps in VR on Gary's Mod. Either way, yeah, you can basically pick up the character tokens, place them, move them around, and it's pretty interesting.
I think I'm ready to leave the Earth.
I was just thinking about it. You mentioned dungeon, like Dungeons and Dragons,
D&D.
and it's like, yeah, this kind of technology that we've been talking about, like this hyper realistic VR stuff, and like all of this, apply it to D&D.
It is more cartoony, but still.
But it's like, imagine like you're like in a dungeon campaign with this kind of technology, and it's like,
I mean, heck, have you seen Blades and Sorcery?
Oh.
I haven't, but it sounds
Your
intriguing.
mother?
It's
I'm sorry.
it's basically a VR. It's kind of like Skyrim VR, but with less magic and more like hand-to-hand
Oh, no.
combat, and it's more refined and more designed for VR rather than just let's just shove a VR headset onto the Dragonborn.
Mhm.
It just works.
What am I going to do outside of the Earth? I have 3 pieces of obsidian, no life, and some pork chop.
3 pieces of obsidian, no life, and a pork chop.
Guess I'll die.
That could be the name of my autobiography.
That's so sad.
3 pieces of obsidian, no life, and a pork
Did someone
chop.
mention an autobiography?
Oh no,
Oh, no.
I'm afraid. I don't know what you're going to talk about, but I
A
fear.
pickle for the knowing ones?
Oh
No!
my god, we are not back on this.
Timothy Dexter, please.
We need to go back to gamer.
I've just been thinking about this. Could you imagine? Oh my god, we're about to go full Assassin's Creed in this bitch, but I've just thought.
Okay.
In Assassin's Creed, the Animus is marketed as an entertainment system. And what it's sold on is it's a video game that lets you relive the memories of your ancestors. Could you fucking imagine?
Oh god.
Like, the movie Assassin's Creed even did this thing. They hooked him up to that machine and they had, like, wires on him to make sure that he, like, didn't jump too far. But, like, God, something like the Animus. Like, you go back and you relive the life of one of your ancestors and you figure out, like, old ancient secrets.
That'd be so cool. I want to learn old ancient secrets.
I can actually, that means that I could relive the time that my grandmother lost her eye.
What?
That is true, you could.
Okay,
Yeah.
what
Could
would
see
you
how it happened.
May I go on a tangent to talk about how she lost her eye? Actually,
Sure, go ahead.
it's very short.
Will
Okay, if I'm right, they're called poplar trees. Basically,
What?
the seed. I guess the seed cone. I guess you'd call it, because it's not really a pine cone. Pretty much it's basically like if a pine cone, but if it was just all seed. Like there were no little things that opened up and dispersed the seeds whenever it fell out. It's basically just a freaking little. It's just a little like wooden. It's just a little wooden stick that has all the little seeds on it, and they've got little almost like little propeller blades on them.
Oh,
and they all grow around it, and it looks like a pine cone. But when you take all the seeds off, you get a nice, tiny little pointy stick.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
And
I
my
can already
grandmother,
tell where
my
this
great grandmother was pretty much whenever she and her brother were playing, her brother picked up a stick and waved it at her, and one of those little things went right into her eye.
Oh.
That is exactly where I thought that was going.
Oh
Yep.
yes.
And she could never use that eye again. It was just
In
gone.
Pieces.
I was going to say ay caramba, but that might be a little inappropriate.
Good job, Dalton.
I didn't even mean for that to be a joke. It was genuinely a reflex.
I mean, to tell you the truth, to tell you the truth, she takes up very little of my memory because there's really only a few things that I remember, and most of it has just been repressed because whenever I was around, she was in the early to mid stages of Alzheimer's,
Oh.
Uh,
so it
Pensive.
was not fun, and
What?
we had to take care of her. And she constantly tried to say that we shouldn't be in her house, even though she couldn't take her own pills, and even ripped up a family photo at one point.
Oh, this is so mean. I'm gonna
She
get.
didn't really understand what was going on, but
One.
for goodness sakes, the first time that we came in, do you want to know what we found in the what do you call in the oven?
What?
A Tupperware container filled with crap.
Oh,
Mm.
weird.
Yeah, that was whenever it was into the later stages, I'd say, or maybe more mid to late, because she wasn't completely gone by then.
Man, humans are weird. How do they just do this?
Well, I mean,
Emeralds!
we weren't only. I mean, evolutionarily, we're only able. Our max lifespan is maybe 50, or it was designed to be maybe around 50 at most.
And we live to like 83.
Yeah.
Some people live to like 100.
what was that joke about JonTron? What was that joke that JonTron made? It was like, it didn't die from being 35.
Oh, so it was something about like a game console or something like that.
Oh, wait a second. It was the plug and play episode.
Yes.
Like, you got me Monopoly this year for the N64. Well, this would have been great back in 1864 when it was big deal to not die being 35.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I mean, heck.
I love
If it
when
tells you
JonTron
anything,
used to not be an
dude-
asshole.
Yeah. But like, I remember I this takes up a good amount of memory. This takes up this is something that I always remember. Fun fact: Andrew Garfield would have survived the gunshot wounds
Yeah.
if the doctors taking care of him had just washed their hands.
Isn't Andrew Garfield still alive?
No. Andrew
thinking-
Garfield was a president of the United States.
Oh, I'm
Like,
thinking of a very different Andrew Garfield.
I thought
Yeah.
you meant the actor as well.
Same.
yeah, but like,
Yeah,
but basically,
President Andrew Garfield.
but basically Charles Guiteau, or as the people in his I think, I don't really know what it was. It was some kind of a free love society commune type thing that absolutely hated him, called him Charles Get Out.
Guiteau.
Yep. And yeah,
It was James Garfield.
Oh yeah, James Garfield. Yeah.
It's fine. I looked it up to
Garfield,
make
are
sure.
you /S or S or are you /J?
Damn you, Garfield.
I'm pretty sure he's /dead.
But
God, and I think
yeah.
about that kind of
And-
stuff.
and-
Like, imagine if you used the animus thing to go back and relive those kind of days.
yeah.
Imagine it being the descendant of Charles Guiteau and getting to do all of that.
And getting to read out that last poem or that will or whatever it is in the voice of a child.
And then you get hung.
Yeah. But also actually Nikola Tesla helped to try and save James Garfield's life as well.
Nikola
by-
Tesla. We did not deserve Nikola Tesla. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I mean, he basically made made a different version of a metal detector to try and detect the bullet fragments. The issue is that it was also detecting the springs of the bed. So they were basically just digging around trying to find bullets where there weren't bullets.
Oh, no.
Basically, James Garfield's life or death operation was an absolute mess. Quite
Do you know
literally.
what that reminded me of? That's really bad, but do you know what that reminded me of?
What?
What?
You know that game we have to try to like remove the things from the thing?
Operation?
Operation. I
It
hate
makes a
that
fucking
game.
buzzing sound like the metal.
Oh god, that just made me think of Surgeon Simulator.
Oh, that's great. I love that. game.
Oh, you know what that reminded me of?
What?
It's just one tangent after another, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep,
But,
that's how it is.
this is
What-
the
what-
true distractible podcast.
what it really reminded me of is that
No, we have
most
distractible, and then we
modern
have
cars-
distracted.
Distracted
mo-
podcast.
but yeah, but
Yeah.
most modern cars actually have basically silent engines.
Yeah, they just have like a
Yeah.
speaker to make the noise
Yeah.
because people thought it was weird.
Yeah, so I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm waiting for the day that someone finds out how to hack into one of those and either change it to screaming or a laugh soundtrack.
Oh, I'd kill somebody. If somebody went down the street, if somebody went down my street and had a laugh track for their engine noise, I would pull out a katana and slash their tires then and there. I swear to God.
What are you, a neckbeard?
I swear to the God that I no longer believe it. Slash their tires right.
And this is when I bust out the Starlight Coke.
This is when I bust out my Snapple Elements fire flavor.
Yeah, to really fit out all that anger from when someone drives down the street with a laugh track. Okay, no, but you know someone's going to. Or they're just
Yeah,
gonna do
it's gonna go up there.
fart.mp3.
I mean, that's usually what they already do with Tesla.
Or- Or the
Sounded just
snoring
awful.
guy.
Oh.
The snoring guy.
Yes.
That sound like an engine.
Yeah, he really died. He really did.
I'd be right back
Oh,
again.
hello.
Check myself back to the kitchen.
Hello, welcome this is stupid. I hate all of you.
Oh, and I'm now that I'm thinking about it,
It's looping. It's looping in my brain.
it's always a good day when we get Trace's psychopath laugh.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that things just loop over and over in my brain, and it's like a freaking potion effect that just stacks.
No, I was thinking about it even more now because I was looking up things, and I was like, could you imagine a realistic like superpower simulation game? Like you have a haptic suit that simulates everything, like strength increases, or like if you're like swinging around like a Spider-Man or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can feel the wind on you. You can like feel the tiny strain in your muscles as you're lifting up a car because you're that damn strong.
Hmm.
It'd be so weird, but it would be so satisfying at the same time.
I mean,
I wanna play a Kamen Rider game in one of those.
I can just imagine one of those games. It's like a wall of belts, and you grab one, and it just puts you into an overworld, and you're like, well, time to kill some bitches.
When did Lulu get here? From Final Fantasy X.
Anyway, Trace, what were you saying?
I think he's. He's still there.
I don't
Never
know.
mind. I thought he ceased to exist for a second.
I was just looking up the snoring meme.
Yeah.
I really want to find one of those guys that makes fun of people with hybrids or Teslas for their engines being so quiet, and I want to hack into their engine speaker and just mute it. When they wake up in the morning, they'll be like, "What's wrong with my car?" And I'll just be standing there with a cup of coffee, be like, "Morning, Jim."
Good morning.
I don't even think his name is Jim. I'll just call him Jim anyway.
It'll
Just
be
morning,
me.
Jim. You're Jim.
I'm Jim. I'm Jim.
We all do strange things in the heat of passion, Jimbo.
We all do strange things in the heat of passion, Jimbo. Why did I sound like him for a second? I don't like that happened to me. What the fuck? I don't.
Sounds like you loved it. I'm sorry.
What do you mean? Oh no, I've turned into you. What have I become?
Me.
Well, that was the obvious part.
What have I become?
What have I become?
Oh my god,
Is
that's the
that-
guy who played Fast.
Hang on. Do I hear the Kahoot theme? Oh!
You don't.
One thing that I always kind of have, one thing that kind of that's kind of been bouncing around in my head recently. Okay. So, oh man, you know what this reminds me of actually? This reminds
That
me of
girl
that
begged to
one video where it's
stab
just like,
you.
I love you and I miss you. Aww.
You know what all this makes me think of?
Yeah, what?
That fucking guy on the back of the bike who had the trombone.
Yeah! And he was playing it to make it sound like a motorcycle.
Ugh.
That guy's my favorite.
Man, fuck that guy.
Okay, no, but you had to admit it was really funny.
Oh, it is funny, but also fuck that guy. But, God, there's so much potential if we could just get video games over the one hurdle.
Yeah?
And that hurdle is.
I mean,
I think that all video games are currently over the same hurdle of... I think there's this kind of fear. Like, we have all these movies like The Matrix, 1984, The Terminator. I think all of those movies have sort of implanted a fear of technology in us,
Oh yeah.
where we're not willing to try stuff like this.
Have you
Like,
seen that?
everybody's already paranoid about Zuckerberg's metaverse and, like, the fucking VR Walmart that came out. Everybody's scared of that. And I'm just like...
I just look at some things like that and I just think, that's just...
It's like.
I mean,
it's like a
why does that
very
need to
old meme.
exist? I don't really know.
The VR Walmart, considering recently, especially now that monkeypox is a thing.
What is
Uh,
that?
What?
Oh my god, wait, did y'all not hear about that?
What
No,
the
I
fuck
heard
is
about it,
monkeypox?
and
Hold up.
I
We
heard
don't need
about
a.
it, and
We don't need another epidemic. What the fuck is monkeypox?
it's gonna be.
Oh, fuck's sake.
But yeah, monkeypox is now a thing. But anyway,
What
Oh,
is
I was
it?
saying, the
warn us.
one thing is that apparently it's more likely to spread when relating to, I think, intimate contact or something like that,
Oh god.
as it's called.
it's apparently similar to smallpox.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Let me look.
No.
This got published today, actually. An
That
extremely
sounds-
rare disease called monkeypox, much less severe cousin of smallpox, is spreading around the world. More than 250 cases have been reported in 16 countries. The countries that are now reporting monkeypox are countries that do not normally have outbreaks of monkeypox. You don't say. Emerging disease. It has been emerging for the last 20 to 30 years. It's not unknown. It's very well described. The risk for general public, therefore, appears to be low because we know the main modes of transmission and have been described in the past. So, it's not necessarily like COVID level where we know absolutely nothing about it and it's killing people at an alarming rate. We know what it is. It's just a thing where it's like it's coming into worrying numbers for the first time.
Yeah.
What
Oh.
are the modes of transportation for it?
That's a very good question. Incubation period of 7 to 14 days. Feature distinguishes infection, swollen lymph nodes, widespread rash on the body. Where is the transmission? Okay, close contact with an infected individual is required for the spread.
Okay,
Broken.
great.
It can develop after exposure to broken skin, mucous membranes, respiratory droplets, etc.
Oh, that's annoying.
Necro, it'll be fine though. Like it doesn't sound like it's gonna be that big of an issue.
If this does turn into another COVID, people will probably be too fed.
now, because that's what they said 2 years ago.
I mean, true, but like at least we know what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, how
Yeah.
much do you all know about smallpox?
Not that much.
I know it. I know it's the thing that we used to nearly genocide the Native Americans. So
Oh yikes!
Okay, because
yummy.
smallpox fucking sucks.
Sorry,
It's not
Uh,
good.
there's a cute axolotl.
Like, I know, because like, I think it was around a lot, like here in the UK, and the fucking person who invented like the concept of like vaccinating,
No.
like it started from smallpox,
interesting.
and he like
What?
oh no, he was like this really fucking eccentric fucking dude or something. Well, he seemed eccentric because he was like, I just infect them to save them, and people are confused and shit. At the time, it seemed like an outrageous idea, but anyway, it's not the point. But like, yeah, this shit was taught like in the schools like I went to, and like the facts of smallpox are just like
That being?
they're like
The
gruesome.
monkeypox don't look like no walk in the park. Either, but like, yeah, smallpox indeed sucked.
Yeah. Well, time to lock myself in my room more than I already do. Half joking.
Happy. I hate witches.
Just stab them. Stab them.
I am.
Stab them faster. Yeah, throw them off the cliff. Okay, cool.
Oh, I'm so
Right.
health.
But anyway, tangent about monkeypox aside. But
More about
that's.
like.
But going back to what got us on this tangent, I was talking about the VR wall, and I was like, in recent times, that has become a thing that could actually be useful. Like grocery shopping in like the metaverse could be useful because it's like the websites can kind of be very frustrating to navigate, and sometimes walking through the aisles is like what you need to do. And so, bless you.
Thanks.
If I could get like a simulation of walking through my grocery store and I know exactly where I'm going and I know exactly where my food item is and I can get it and then it'll be in my cart and then I can pay for it and it'll be delivered to me, then it'll be great. I can understand the VR Walmart.
Yeah, the VR Walmart makes sense to me.
But it's like, I think we're just sort of scared of that kind of thing as like a species. I think we're scared of technology.
We're
Wait,
scared of
that brings me
our
back to that one like really old meme where they just like walk out in the street with a massive sign saying technology and just scream the word technology at people. People are scared of technology. Technology. And they just fucking scream it at them. It's fucking hilarious.
Is that a Spider Hulk?
Spider Hulk. What?
Funny.
I was scrolling through YouTube and I found Hulk that had Spider-Man gear on, and I was confused. My God, that looks cool actually. Anyway, um, what was I talking about? But yeah, in like recent years, I have seen the need for things like the VR Walmart and the metaverse, and I think we need to stop being scared of technology.
I would agree. I love technology. I swear all my friends are. That is happening. Oh, creeper.
I love technology. That's where all my friends are.
Listen, it's either road trip distance or Narnia.
Aww.
It's the two
I like.
locations
Okay,
my friends are.
as bad as I hate Amazon, I'm gonna pitch you guys a concept right now.
Okay, okay.
Could you imagine like going to a whole ass convention in VR? Like in 2020, they did all of those blocks for whatever goddamn reason. Could you imagine going to a Comic-Con in VR and like walking up to booths and like getting like autographs and like being able to meet all of the people while in VR? And then like a couple days later, all of the stuff that you bought, all of your autographs, all of that everything is shipped to your door like you
Ooh.
actually went to the con.
Nice.
That'd be
That'd be
so
great.
fun. However,
I thought you were gonna
I-
say like.
I will raise you one issue. How do I go in cosplay? That is the
If it's in VR, you can go like.
Moon, it's
like, you can
VR.
go
You
with
could literally
skins,
go
yeah.
as the character if you
Yeah.
wanted.
True.
Yeah. When you started like on that tangent, I thought you were gonna say like, what if you can ship yourself to your friends?
But we've been in this kind of pit of VR recently. I kind of want to talk about AR,
Oh, ooh,
like
that'd
augmented
be
reality,
fun.
because this is another thing that society is kind of scared of, and that Mark Zuckerberg has kind of made us afraid of.
You could like,
I want to talk about it
yeah, you could, like,
because
utilize it really well and do stuff like, imagine
'cause I
like
think
having
about
a
it, it's
UI
like
IRL.
that's what I was saying. I was like, imagine having something like a heads-up display, like showing
Yeah.
you, oh, this restaurant is nearby, or like your sunglasses show you, like, oh, you forgot to do this thing.
Oh, notification! We have your son.
Necro, I swear to God, quit demonifying my idea.
No, I mean, okay, listen. That was just a joke. But like, yeah, you could get like lots of really cool like, and it could have like tactical uses as well. Like,
Yeah,
imagine like
exactly.
being able to look at something and then it like gives you like it like automatically like searches like stuff and like gives you all sorts of information about it.
Like, I'm also thinking about like if we're going to talk about military use, which I really don't want to because
Yeah.
I know America will abuse the shit out of that. But
Oh,
like,
yeah, 100%.
Of course we are.
if we really want to talk about the effective military use, imagine like you could hook up like guns, say, to that
Oh,
heads
boy.
up display on your glasses, and it would be like how many bullets you have left, like in like a first person shooter.
That would actually be a lot. That'd be kind of cool though.
Necro, if you
Yeah,
make
no,
a
that act-
shooting joke, so help
no,
me
no,
God.
no, 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 no. I was gonna say me about to activate aimbot.
You are a terrible person.
Oh, I'm fully aware of that.
Well, like I think about that, and it's like imagine if you have those like
Uh-oh.
AR glasses, like an AR display. Like imagine how much fun ARGs would be.
That would
Ooh.
be so cool.
Wait.
Like you could be able to see things that like not everyone can, and so you can play.
Horror games, but you get to live through.
Oh no, that'd be terrifying. Stop.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
I've now
Stop,
thought
you
of this AR.
violated the law.
I've now thought of this AR sunglasses concept, and I've suddenly been reminded that Dawn Brothers exists.
Alton.
Dawn Brothers.
Avatar change.
Dun 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 us dun dun. Gotta go. Nah, but that would also be fun. It's like, could you imagine like that kind of AR shit in real life?
Oh, yeah.
Just like, oh, that's like it's like an AR video game.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon Go was. It's like, oh, we got an event going on in this part of town. It's like, go do that.
What Pokemon Go was pretending to be.
Okay, what
Hey.
Pokemon Go was pretending to be, I get your point, but like,
Pokemon Go tried and kind of failed actually.
it was a fun game overall, though.
Oh yeah, no, I still play it. It's fun. It's just not very AR.
Well, I don't think it was meant to be fully AR.
Why do I hear Kahoot music?
It's not Kahoot music.
I'm going to stab you.
Around the world.
Hang
I'll
on.
show you.
Will I get copyrighted if I play Kahoot music?
It was just the around the world thing.
Around the world, around the world. I had to do something in my dance classes to that song once.
Why do I hear Kahoot music?
Around the world.
Dalton,
Yes.
I want a Don Brothers style game.
A Dawn Brothers style ARG game would very, very much satisfy me.
I want that or X8. Either would work for me.
I wouldn't say that because of what Kamen Rider Chronicle is.
Well, listen. Who said we'd have to also die?
But I was thinking of that. I was like, a game like that, where it's like you have the little device and it's like sold in stores, and then it's like you can use it and you can like earn like points in the game by completing events, and it's like, oh, you can do these things.
I'd
And
be
we're
such a
eventually just
loser
jumping the
bad at
shark
it.
and making Kamen Rider powers, but that's besides the point.
Shh. Don't call us out. They'll find us out. They'll find out. They'll realize. Yeah, what Necro said.
No eyes, Atarashi. Sorry, that's 01's opening. You don't know that.
I'm a little stuck in. No!
You're a little stuck in what?
Your mother. Necro, you just have little hee-hees, and they're really adorable, actually.
No, thanks.
No, you're not allowed to go ah.
No.
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 Oh.
No.
Moon, quit being a tiny tsundere bitch.
No.
Oh.
Don't stop being correct.
No.
Stop being correct.
No, heart bogey.
Oh.
Goopy guy. Sorry,
That is what is known as a slime, good sir.
Sorry, I was bloodlusting.
You just said goopy guy, and I just saw a slime die on your screen.
No more goopy guys.
Hmm.
I can be the only one. Sorry, sometimes I bloodlust while playing Minecraft. What's down here? Oh, why it's a silverfish? Why was it silverfish? That implies that I'm near. Oh, I'm in a hills biome. That's why.
Yep.
Yep. I'm just so used to. I'm just so used to them
Okay,
only being in strong.
You guys can carry the conversation.
No, we can't.
I gotta shut the fuck. I have to go do my room checks.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I've got to go do
Bye.
something real quick as well, actually.
Oh,
Now, how do I turn this into complete chaos in Dalton's absence.
No.
Okay, actually,
Necro
never mind.
bad.
I'm gonna stay and watch this.
No, no
A
Necro
weird
bad.
feeling on my nose can wait.
Your mother can wait.
Are you performing a ritual there, Dawn?
No, I'm doing your mom.
Nah, that's a shame.
I'm actually just gonna pull this up. Here we go. Just play this over the voice.
Yes.
That's what I thought every single time that you said your mother.
Yes.
You're
Dawn
right, you're
performed a ritual. Where do I find
My brain is filled with TF2 memes, and I am happier for it.
Dalton leaves and the stream descends into chaos.
Oh yeah,
It's not even good.
help. Yes. Do the ritual.
Necro, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah. Yes. Hey.
Anyways, time to go kill someone.
Yes. The sacrifice.
That's someone being your mom! Hello? When did Hearn get here? Man, my exhaust pipe is acting up recently. Man, the exhaust on this car are acting up. Stop farting. Why is he revving up? Dawn leaves and literally everything falls apart. Why is he driving away?
That's exactly what it is.
Literally.
All right, we're back.
Welcome back.
Hi. Everything fell apart, and by that I mean we
Necro played the snoring meme.
yeah.
I left for 5 fucking minutes.
Yes, and that's all it took.
And I made it my job to make everything descend into chaos.
We have half an hour to fix this. We've got like 25 minutes to fix this.
What the hell?
This is the Agony of Dalton podcast.
Only you're in pain today.
I'm the only one in pain ever when it comes to you fuckers.
No,
I'm
he's
watching
always
the
in
video
pain.
right now.
Yes, watch the video.
God, it just.
Necro. Necro, look how much
Funny
flesh
snoring
I have.
man.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Necro, look at how many.
Ooh. Wait, what?
How much
Oh.
rotten flesh. You're
Why did
welcome.
I send that one thing? Because now I need to send it here.
Oh, I ate it and it didn't give me hunger.
Yeah. That's because you performed the ritual for me. You're welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
Where the
Is-
fuck did I-
Is Necro Moon's patron now?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
No. Backwards.
Backrooms.
Or backrooms. Bathrooms.
Could you imagine backrooms being able to experience them as if they're...
Oh no.
Oh, I've got another video for you.
Whenever you said patron, I thought of D&D, and then I thought of
Oh,
our
that's
most
it.
recent session with a few friends.
Right.
We're doing a One Piece D&D
Oh,
session.
same!
Yeah, and in it, one of us is a
Oh,
cannibal,
no.
is a child cannibal, pretty much. It's like a cannibalistic kid stranded on an island. As far as I know, they haven't turned it weird yet. I hope they don't turn it weird, but oh boy, let's see this.
What's the one I sent?
Oh, that's just. Oh yes.
Y'all are horrible people.
Oh, hang on.
That's a wonderful insult right there, or a wonderful compliment. What?
You ever
The video
Stop
loads
it.
up and it's just all of them.
You ever stop and wonder what would potentially happen if they made a video game out of a Broadway musical? Like, pick a Broadway musical, make a video game. What would happen?
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Like, imagine making Wicked into a video game of some kind. Just like... Kiss me too deeply, hold me too tight.
I love that thumbnail alone.
You're with me tonight.
Necro.
You
Necro.
only watch that one. I have all the memes.
I can't load it up on stream.
Okay, that's fair. You can watch that later. Everyone else watch it right now, though.
No.
Okay, never mind. We can all watch it later.
I'm
We
going
can
to,
all watch it later.
I'm going to do your mom.
No, it's fine.
Angrily.
We can all watch it later. It's
No.
okay. Oh. Okay, but what's the second thing I
No.
said? Oh my god,
I
it's
love.
corn.
Oh my gosh, it's corn. This is on stream.
Oh yeah.
Why are we all becoming corn?
We are the children of the corn.
Corn, more like your mom.
That's
Doesn't
what
look
most children are. They are the children of a mother. Why you planting berries like a bitch?
because they grow and I like them.
Because they grow and...
Yeah. What? Trays. No, I had the wrong one. Necro.
Wow.
Don't make me do your mom.
Well, this is actually so fucking funny, Wayne.
I'm gonna
Oh,
stab
I
you.
remember this.
This
I
one.
remember this.
Fucking hilarious.
Dude, I remember this.
That's a good video.
That it truly is.
I'm gonna watch it on stream.
It's the guy. Okay, it's the guy who got on a talk show and was asked, "What will you do if someone makes you angry after they pull, after they cut you off or something, on the highway or something?" Oh.
Are you actually pulling it up on stream, Hosha?
No,
Oh.
because I recognized the video, giggled inwardly, and decided against it. Oh, did you hear my typing?
These muffins were pretty good, weren't they, Jim?
I really do love the ending.
What happens after this? Because it cuts off.
I want to know as well. Like, I want to know what did he
How
put
many
in
did
them.
you eat? I don't know.
Like,
That is not my true name. It ends.
yeah. It's like, yeah. It's like, I want to know, were they weed muffins? Were they freaking LSD muffins? If that's
Were they
Lost
just
poison.
straight
I think it
poisons?
was just poison.
Were they laxative muffins?
How many did you eat? What is the... Danny's not my true name, and it just cuts out. It ends.
Oh yeah. Also, one thing that I actually found recently, I found an old Happy Meal toy.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a Pirates of the Caribbean themed compass, and it actually works as a freaking compass.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie. I managed to keep you all on topic for an hour and a half. I'm gonna call that a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're willing to end it early?
I'm not willing to end early. I'm just willing.
Well, we're already past an hour and a half.
I mean, if you want to end, we can end. I will.
I mean, do we have anything else to talk about?
No. Will you let me do the outro this time?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Agony podcast. If you enjoyed it, please like the stream and follow the channel. Go follow Moonlit Dawn on his channel.
There's an
On
extra
Twitch,
N
go-
at the end of mine.
There's an extra N at the end. You put it in chat, you lazy fucker. Go follow Necro on his channel, Necrolix. Follow me and Trace on Classic Source Productions. And if it's still banned by Twitch, then go follow it on YouTube. Go subscribe on YouTube, Classic Source Productions. Go follow me on Twitter at CSP_official_YT or at Dalton CSP.
Oh, it does.
Join us next week where we might have a topic because I don't have anything planned.
We might not. I don't know.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, don't cause too much agony. That's our job. Watch the world burn, and we will be the ones lighting the flames. Thank you, and
Goodbye,
I can't think of cities, so fuck you, Baltimore.